For 7 years, we didn't witness anything like this in Oyo State. I declared to run for the presidency of Nigeria at 4 o'clock, and by 9 a.m. the following morning, the children were abducted. We're still feeling.
In that short clip you just watched, that's Governor Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State. Anyone in position of that governor will say what he just said. But you know, that's by the way. The safe return of the abducted teachers and students is the most important outcome. They are back, they don't come back. Whether disagreement exists about politics or the circumstances surrounding the kidnapping, the most important priority is that their lives is saved. They have saved their life. Even when we all know that they are not up to the 49 people that were abducted. We don't know what happened to the rest, whether they are sick, they're in the hospital, or whatever happened. But the most important news is that they are back, and they are back. They are alive, and they can be recognized. That's the most important thing for now. If you've watched that short clip, you understand what I'm about to say. I understand why Governor Seyi Makinde has raised concern about the timing of events and the political discussion that followed. You see, everyone is entitled to ask questions, especially when public safety is involved. Yes, especially when public safety is involved. So, at the same time, investigations should be guided by evidence rather than assumption. For me, the greatest victory is that innocent people who spent weeks in captivity are back with their families. So anyone who has experienced violence, crime, or has seen one's life through such trauma, believe me, understands that freedom is priceless. Yeah. Freedom is priceless. So, security agencies, rescue personnel, and everyone who genuinely contributed to bringing these victims home deserves recognition for that effort. Trust me, they deserve recognition. It's not easy to put your life at stake in conditions like this to rescue the abducted victims back home. So they deserve recognition. But the truth is that their work does not end here. The focus should now shift to preventing future attacks, strengthening security around schools, and ensuring those responsible are investigated, prosecuted according to the law. This is one of the things that Nigeria failed doing. Now that they've rescued those girls, they believe everything has ended. But they're forgetting that future attack may occur. That is it. So this is the best time to come together and make the security tight around schools, churches, mosques, different places that may be vulnerable to these people. And those people involved, I heard that they have caught so many of them. And they are with the DSS. I'm yet to hear any of their names. They have not published any of their names. They should be brought to book. We should also remember that the other kidnapping victims across Nigeria are still waiting to return home. They deserve the same level of public attention and urgency. No family should feel forgotten simply because their case received less media coverage. Yes, no family should be forgotten in this case. There are other people in other states that were kidnapped. The way Oyo school children are released, they should also put the same effort to release them also. Other people that were kidnapped. Insecurity should never become a political contest. Whether criticism is directed at the federal government, a state government, or any security agency, the goal should be the same. Protect lives, rescue victims, and prevent further attacks. It should all be on the same goal. They should protect life. I believe that's one of the most important states of being in a governing body, of being under a government. The protection of lives and properties. Very, very important. That alone should not be ruled out. The rescued victims are home. That is welcome news. Trust me, that is the best news I've heard this month. So the next challenge is making sure fewer families have to experience this kind of tragedy again. Not even fewer families. It's making sure that no family ever experience this level of pains and insecurity again. So this is the duty of our government to come for us. They should make provisions for securities in churches, in mosques, in schools, in the markets, in vulnerable places. If truly they want to tackle this case of insecurity. So if you have watched this video to this extent, I believe you may have one or two things to say. You can do well to drop it on the comment section. See you on my next video.